think I'm gonna get rid of that filter I had over like the first video I had. Like I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore because I don't know. I was going for a vintage aesthetic. You know, I like nostalgia. I like things that feel old but new. But I don't think it's really accomplishing that goal. Oh well. I need some better lighting. What's up, everybody? Back again, Jamal McKean Shabazz, back with another Crow's Nest entry. Someone commented, this guy named UA, I don't even know this guy, was like, I should talk about my experiences with meeting different rappers. And of course, anyone who knows me knows I've met a lot of rappers, especially this last decade. Mind blowing. I don't know if I should divide this up, but here's what I can do. Maybe I'm gonna run my mouth and see how long it lasts. Cause I try to do my videos. I try not to do anything more than 20. But we're gonna see. And I think, what is the most notable one I want to talk about? Probably gonna be talk about Andre 3000. So everybody's probably seen that photo of me and Julian. Shout out to Julian meeting Andre 3000, and that happened because SCAD. When we was in college, like I just graduated in 2015. And this was during the time when him and Big Boy were on tour. They did the Outkast, the the Southern Playlistic Cadillac Funky Music anniversary, like the 20th anniversary. So they were on tour, and everyone knows that Drake did the jumpsuits that had the different captions on them and all that. So he was on tour, and he ended up doing a show in Florida at SCAD to have the jumpsuits on display. And so from there, he ended up coming to the one in Savannah. I, like I said, just graduated. Now, anyone that knows me knows I love Outkast. I am, anybody that knows me knows I'm the hugest Outkast fan. I've been listening to Outkast since I was like, I remember me and my mama driving down 85, listening to 85s by Young Bloods and Big Boy, and then waiting for the car to heat up in Decatur, listening to Bombs Over Baghdad on the radio, or Feel So Fresh and So Clean. And I'm just like, my mind was so blown as a kid. I'm like, the music was just so incredible to me. You know what I mean? Like I thought they were so cool, and I wanted my hair like Dre's. Like I just thought his hair was so dope. Like anyway. But I always told myself I was gonna meet them one day, and I do that with everybody. I'm gonna meet everybody. I just, it's in my reach. I just believe, I'm gonna meet everybody, and I just put it out there. And a lot of times when people, it's the law of attraction, I guess you could say, but like, it really is that simple. It's just like you say it, you let it go, and it happens. And a lot of times it happens when you're not expecting it. So anyway, I remember me and Julian, after I just graduated from college. He told me that, we were like, he's gonna be here. And so he was saying, Julian was like, we should go to the museum, because SCAD has a museum of different artists and all that. He was like, we should go there and just get these tickets in advance. You become members of the museum, therefore you get to go into the exhibit way quicker than everyone else. So I'm like, that ain't nothing. And I remember me and Julian were walking, and he was just like, we were both geeking, because it's like, we might see Dre. We might meet Dre. I can't believe Dre's even here. And he was like, man, this might be my only time of meeting him. And I said to myself, I told him, I was like, oh, nah, I'm going to meet him regardless. It may not be today or tomorrow, but I'm going to meet him. You know what I'm saying? That was, because again, I've been saying that since I was little. So we get there. we sign up, we get the membership thing. We pay like $30, I think. Julian knows everyone at SCAD. So he was talking to the dude up front, and then the dude up front was like saying like, "Yo, yeah, man, we're excited. We want to go, going to the Dre show tomorrow." And he's like, "Word?" And he's like, and Julian's like, "Yeah." And the dude was like, "You guys should stick around a bit. Y'all should maybe like walk around for a little bit, because you might see somebody." I was a little dense in that moment, because it took me a minute for me to realize that he meant that Dre was in the area. So after maybe 2 minutes of being like, "Oh," we walk inside and start walking around looking at the different pieces. And I think me and Julian were there for like a strong 30 minutes. And then I remember I was looking at one thing, and then from my peripheral vision, I see somebody walking up. He looked older, and I was like, "Oh, must be a parent." Look up, and it's Dre. Dre walked right past me, and I got a little lightheaded. Had to sit down for a minute. Julian missed it for a minute because he's like, "Wait, what? You saw him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw him." Had to sit down, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." And just processing everything that happened. So then, I think Julian said he had to use the restroom, and we're like, "Yeah, let's just, we go out to the front." So we leave the exhibit, go outside. I'm bugging. I'm telling it wrong. So what happened was, the dude from up front who told us that Dre was there came up, and we're like, "Yo, we just saw Dre." And he's like, "Word?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So Dre's out in the courtyard right now, just chilling by himself." And we're like, "Word?" And so I was like, "Yo, let's go meet him." I'm like, Julian, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but nah, Julian was just like, "No, dog, I don't want to bother him," because he was, when you're that close, it's just like, whoa, because again, we didn't expect that. So, but I was hyped. I'm like, "No, what you mean? Let's go. All we gotta do is say what's up, and that's it. It ain't gotta be nothing that deep. Just say what's up, So we go out there. Julian went to his restroom for a brief moment. Then I went outside, and sure enough, there was Dre. He was talking to this woman, and I thought that was maybe someone that was one of his secretary, like his assistant or something like that. But then I'm walking up, and I was kind of standing and then he's like, "Hey man, my man, you mind taking this photo of us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure," and she's getting her phone together, and then I was like, "I'm Jamal, by the way." And he's like, "Andre, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you, And then, I take the photo, and then I remember I was like, I think I asked him about the Jimi Hendrix movie, or I think he might have asked me about SCAD, but one thing led to another, and it was just told me about his experience working on that movie, saying how he was really nervous doing it, but he's glad he did it, glad he challenged himself, that kind of thing. And then I think I mentioned that I was from Atlanta as well. I think I just asked him, "What part of Atlanta are you from?" I love that he said this, because I do this too. He just said, "Well, I'm from all over Atlanta." He doesn't even claim a particular part, because sometimes when you live in Atlanta, or any city, but when you live in Atlanta, you probably have lived all over it at some point. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Yeah," because I was, I lived in various parts of Atlanta, so. So it was wild, man. So check this out. So I'm trying to remember everything we talked about, because I can only remember the highlights. But Julian came out, started talking to him as well, introduced himself and all that. I think we started talking about SCAD again, because Dre thinks SCAD is really dope, obviously. And then we talked about music after that. And I remember he told us, right? He told me and Julian that Frank, because we were saying, he was like, he asked him who is he listening to right now. He said he was really rocking with Kendrick and Drake and Future pretty heavy at that time. Future had just dropped Dirty Sprite too. So, and I was telling him that album was in, because I was bumping Future pretty heavy at that time. especially because I was doing that time when Future was just murdering it. Like when he did Monster, he did Beast Mode, and he did 56 Nights, and then Dirty Sprite 2 came out. Rap, you know what I'm saying? So he was saying he was a huge Future fan. So we mentioned, you know what I mean? Julian was like, yo, we looking for that new Frank, because that was when Frank first kind of was alluding that he was about to drop something new. And Dre was like, oh yeah, no, that's gonna be dope. And he's like, actually I did a couple tracks with him for that project. And we're like, well, word? He's like, yeah, I did a couple things on there. He's like, yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, but he looked with such seriousness. It was like, it's worth it. And of course, he was talking about Blonde. So, crazy. So this was a year before Blonde dropped. So then I remember we're like, yo, okay, well, we don't want to hold up your time, we're going to keep it moving, man. And he's like, no, you're good. I don't care. I'm chilling. And I'm like, okay. And man, me and Julian talked to Dre for about an hour. And it was like, we were like right next to each other. Just talk, like we're talking like we was homies. It was so cool, bro. Like, talked about music. Well, obviously, I didn't ask him about none of the Outkast stuff because I know he don't like talking about that kind of stuff. Because Dre do what he wants. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna ask about that. And I know I can tell. I've seen interviews where you can tell he's a little irked when people ask him about that because he's just not there, right, for that. So I kept it off of that. And if he wanted to mention something, he's gonna mention something. I think my only regret is that I didn't show him any of my art because I was so invested in the conversation. But talked about music, talked about growing up in Atlanta, talked about he was saying how much Wayne was underappreciated. He's like, Wayne was killing it. Like, he's in his opinion, Wayne, his height was better than Jay-Z, that kind of stuff. I thought about maybe me wanting to make music at some point. He was like, yo, man, if you feel that strong about it, yeah, go for it, What else we talking about? Like, he asked if he should go to SCAD, and we're like, I mean, sure. I mean, I don't know if you want to do it in Atlanta. Maybe Savannah might be a better move. That might be more chill. I was like, but sure. It blew my mind that he wanted to come to SCAD. So then, one of my favorite moments, we started talking about Future again, and then I was telling him like, yo, yeah, Future's been killing it, bro. I was like, yo, that Diamonds from Africa, and he was like, Dre was like, man, that's my favorite song right now. Like, I wake up in the morning to that. And we both we said the chorus at the same time. Like, I got the Diamond of Africa. It was a great moment. Yeah, it's a good moment. So anyway, we eventually was like, all right, well, he eventually was like, you gotta go. And we, dap him, he's like, yo, so we'll see. So I'll see y'all I'll see you at the event tomorrow, right? Like, yeah, bet, yeah, for sure. And, we bounced. So, of course, me and Julian just geeking about it. So the next day, we go. I told my friend Raven about it, and she was like, I'm so jealous, And so then, the next day we go to the event, get up in there early. It was dope because, he has all these amazing captions on these jumpsuits. And then, walking around for a bit, and we see Paula Wallace, the president of SCAD, Julian, I think Julian knows her. And he says what's up, whatever. So then Dre pops up, and I was like, man, I want to hug him, And then eventually he saw us, and he's like, "What up?" And we're like, "Yo, what's up?" So we walk over, and he was like, first thing he said was like, "Yo, I really enjoyed our conversation we had the other day." And of course, I'm like, "Yo, yeah, no, man, we was vibing, man. It was cool." I'm just chill out, but then on the inside I'm like, oh my god, so I was elated. So and I was like, yo, you down if we? And also what he said was, he's like, yeah, I ran into one of your homegirls. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, and he described it to me. He was like, short, he had a blonde hair and all that. I was like, oh, you talking about Raven? So apparently he ran into Raven, and then Raven was like, said, yo, my friend met you the other day, and apparently he was like, oh yeah, you mean a little homie? And I'm like, he called me a little homie, Because I was running my mouth the most, I think, between me and Julian, in terms of talking to Dre. So yeah, we got that photo. Got a couple photos. We took one photo, and then I realized that Paul Walton was taking another photo of us. So yeah, it was a little wild for that though, because they used that photo for promo for Scat, and then they took Julian out of it, which was just wild. It's still wild that they did that, but anyway. So then the rest of the show was cool. We just let Dre do his thing. Yeah, and that was what it. That's what it was, man. Yeah. See, that took 15 minutes for me to tell that whole story. So therefore, this will be. I'll do my story. I'll do my entries for my rapper celebrity encounters as such, unless of course they are dumb short and I can squeeze more in there. But that was how I met Andre 3000. I look forward to seeing him again. He is just a super cool dude. I mean, it felt like meeting the older brother I never had, or that cousin that you rarely see. Probably more like the cousin that you never see thing. But I don't know. But again, I think because I just connected so much with his music growing up, I knew Dre was cool. Especially the way how honest he is in his music about how he doesn't like this fame stuff and how it really makes him really uncomfortable. And you seen, if you hear the podcast, right? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I look forward to meeting him again and seeing how how much we've grown as people. And I'm actually showing my art this time. Shoot, I want to give him an Omni book. That'd be amazing. Yeah, that's gonna be a goal. So anyway, I'm gonna call the video there. As always, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I think this was a pretty cool one. This is a dope one. I do enjoy talking about this stuff. Let me know who else you want to hear about that I've met next. Who do you want to? What thing you've seen that I've met you want to see me talk about? And I'm on it. But yeah, so you guys take it easy. Yeah, this is a long video. Yeah, I'm gonna call this right now. Deuces. Yeah, peace.